I'm going to begin by reading an introduction from the Ballad of Reading Gaol. This will set the tone to come. In Reading Gaol, by Reading town, there is a pit of shame, and in it lies a wretched man, eaten by teeth of flame. In a burning winding sheet he lies, and his grave has got no name. And there till Christ call forth the dead, in silence let him lie. No need to waste the foolish tear, or heave the windy sigh. The man had killed the thing he loved, and so he had to die. And all men kill the thing they love. By all let this be heard. Some do it with a bitter look, some with a flattering word. The coward does it with a kiss, the brave man with a sword. The year is 1910. Tension falls upon London. It sinks and clings like a cloud to bridges, to archways, to cathedrals, to vaulted shop doors, and to the homes of worthy and unworthy alike. In one of the many areas that tension rises is in any hackney bookshop, the gathering of dilettantes, men of society, and anarchists and revolutionaries of any caliber and capacity. And thus we open with an interaction involving Cecil. Cecil, you awoke today with a glance at the morning papers. In it, you read a rather fascinating series of articles. Apparently, the German Kaiser has implemented a variety of societal reforms that, again, indicate that greater influence of the state upon people's lives only serves to improve, the average lot of the working man, a matter for which you have always advocated. And additionally, in this issue of The Independent, which you prefer, obviously, over the Times and The Spectator and other such harumphian League productions, you see that there is an interesting article. It one of the center page ones, seemingly. It concerns the fact that many old works of the celebrated artist Oscar Wilde, a particular, a man whose works you've read and admired on many an occasion, especially The Soul of the Man Under Socialism, one of the finest defenses and celebrations of the artistic merits of your political outlook. It seems that he had a wide variety of papers and poems that were unpublished by the time of his death, and have, after a decade of secrecy after his death, been revealed to be known. The man who possesses them appears to be someone by the name of Jacques-Louis Comtois. And yes, he is currently resident in Paris, a publisher and literary reviewer. You've heard of him before in, disassociated, mostly literary contexts. And yes, you saw that at the beginning of the day, and your day then proceeded much as it always did. What would the average weekday for Cecil be like at this time of life?
Okay. It's been about a year since he lost his position at Cambridge. He was asked to politely retire from his work for his outspoken ways. And since then, he has been getting a feel of the scene. So his day would begin with, of course, breakfast, reading the paper, and then would proceed to prepare a lecture to be given at for a group of relatively like-minded individuals.
Yes, so you would have housing somewhere perhaps around the southern, decently yeoman class areas, perhaps such as Blackman Street or maybe Midgate? Such
Yeah, I
like?
was gonna ask that actually. I'm sorry. Like, do we live in our family home? Do we live together?
I would argue that if you've been forcibly resigned from Cambridge for political firebranding, perhaps relations with your family aren't
They are
great.
they are a bit yeah, they're a bit sore.
Oh,
Hmm.
so he lives separately, but I probably still live at home
Yeah.
then. Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Didn't mean to interrupt. It just seemed like
Although for your
clarifying that.
for your advocacy, you would have to journey into London quite a bit.
Right.
Hmm.
Good thing I know ride. Anyway.
So, what is okay? So after you prepare a lecture in the morning, do you then go out, uh, take in the day?
Sure. I have a little bit more time with my days than I'd like. So for right now, it's prepare lectures, uh, see about editing or continuing to write my own tree states, and meeting isn't tonight, so just
Okay.
enjoy the day, as it were.
Okay. Well, in that case, we can say that you had been at the pub with a good friend of yours yesterday, um, a man by the name of. Tell you what, I'll let you make up your close friend's name.
Archibald. Archibald.
Carrington?
That's a fine last name. We'll go with that.
Okay. Archibald Carrington. You'd been at the pub with old Archibald for the. He's kind of a plump, happy older fellow. He was kind of a union representative who laterally became academically involved, and he sort of comes from more traditional roots, but likes you know likes enjoying the finer things in life as well, as all men should be able to do, ideally. Um, and yeah, you had arranged with him yesterday to go out to your favorite bookshop, a small kind of socialist affair round in round in Highgate. An old private doctor's studio that now has been renovated and filled with bookshelves and thick tobacco smoke.
Right. Go in there and I assume we're perusing different ones.
Okay.
Cecil is currently looking for more information on the subject matter.
Okay.
He's already
Give me,
digested most of it.
give me a library use check. First roll of the game. Oh, I should. Yes, I should now change them. Yeah, there we are.
Ah, so close.
Ooh. Do you want to spend luck or no?
No, I shan't spend.
No. It's not that essential. You think you've made some ingress on certain parts of the kind of lateral injunctions into what could potentially be a relation to your main thesis, but then you kind of leaf through it and you're like, no, it's been done before. It's like old Engels stuff and bisecting to Freud in various parts. But yeah, a day spent flicking through book titles and enjoying the quiet, somber atmosphere, and having a smoke with a fellow comrade is not a bad way to spend the day. And after a little while, Archibald comes in. He's kind of a sort of jolly, rotund fellow, large waxed moustache, and he walks over, nods towards you. Ah, Cecil.
Archibald, how are you doing?
Yeah, very good. Uh, you heard this news this morning about some of Wilde's new stuff apparently has come forth.
I think I did, actually. Something like to Mr. Comptoir in Paris, no?
I never was much of a fan of the plays. I suppose theatre is something you have to get into as a kid, and my parents never had the money to take me there. But I do love the soul of the man under socialism, and we know him to be a good advocate. Don't tell me you haven't read it, Cecil.
I'm kidding. I've practically digested that thing 4 or 5 times already. I'm insulted that you'd think otherwise. This
Of
is
course.
finest work.
We need more cultural perspectives on defences. I think a lot of people have this nonsense idea that if we collectivise, there won't be poetry or beauty or architecture anymore. Whereas, as a matter of fact, it'll be much better. There'll be more support. Yeah. Yes. I've got a particular volume round the back that I'm looking for. And he kind of that sort of just brushes past you, and in order to get into the back section, you kind of have to go one at a time because there's certain documents in there. So he kind of gives you that nod as if to say, "I'll be out in a few. Wait for me."
I'll nod and keep a look around.
Okay. As you do, you notice that there is a man who is very clearly winding his way towards you. He doesn't appear to be. I mean, your first instinctual thought is he government involved at all? And he doesn't appear to be.
I was going to say immediately I want to do a psychology check.
Okay, you can if you want. This isn't anything spot hidden related because he's like very obviously walking towards you.
Sure.
But yeah, psychology. Oh, okay. You can tell he obviously needs to talk to you about something, and he has a very set purpose, but his intentions don't appear to be sinister. They just appear to be focused.
Okay, so long as he isn't going to stab me.
Hopefully not. Yeah, he walks up closer and noticeably does not extend a hand, but he puts it on the sort of upturned bookcases. Mr. Becket, I believe.
Depends on who's asking.
My name is Arthur Maxbury. I represent a Mr. Stoke Newington of the Stoke Newington Theatre Company. You have heard of the Stoke Newington Theatre Company. They run a pretty successful chain of music halls and theatres, and noticeably a few opera houses, like across the UK.
I've heard of it. Certainly it's an acquired taste.
Well, we're thinking of upscaling, as it were, and we would like your professional consultation on a matter of play scripts. Would you be free to come round our premises in Highgate round our premises near Buckingham Road sometime a few days from now?
He gives him an odd look. Are you sure you have the right person in that case?
We are. It's a paid consultation job. Don't worry.
Now, I know nothing about plays, though.
Oh well, no, we've already got a established playwright. This is more about the, thematic and sociological implications.
What time you said again?
He writes out an address, hands it over. Come round here. It's a Tuesday, let's say. Come round here Thursday, about 4:30, sometime around then.
He'll regard the paper, regard the man. I'll give it some thought.
He nods, walks away.
Tuck the paper into my coat. Regard a book and regard him as he leaves.
He actually stops at the door, then distinctly turns around and hurries back towards you. Oh, sorry, one last thing. You're advised to bring 2 acquaintances with you. and to try and get like a broad skill set. Almost think of it like, you're trying to survey a wide number of people.
He raises an eyebrow. Are you sure this is a consultation?
It's a specialist sort of consultation.
I'm not sure if I'd be willing to come forward that easily. I'd certainly prefer a bit more information on the matter.
Well, let's just say
persuasive or something. Not
yeah.
that I have points in it.
Yeah, you can give me a persuade or charm.
Okay, I'll do charm because its base is higher than what I've got.
Okay.
I'm not a charming person.
He just kind of shrugs and says, all I'll say right about now is that it's something that could conceivably require travel. We're looking at a large-scale renovation of our warehouses and production facilities on a sociological basis, and we'd require your input and potentially the input of a man involved. I believe you know Mr. Blohd.
This actually cites Becket a little bit on edge. What sort of consultation is this?
I told
if you're
you,
bringing
a sociological.
A sociological one, indeed.
You're an expert on that, are you not?
I certainly am, but I'm not sure what Mr. Blohd has to involve himself in this. He's a government employee.
He's a respectable man. We require people on all stations and levels. And I believe your sister actually also has a government involvement.
How many other people around here in the shop?
There's like 2 old men in the corner drinking coffee.
Are they paying attention?
They're drinking coffee and arguing amongst themselves.
Okay. I want to grab this man and use intimidate.
Okay, sure.
Damn.
Wow.
I almost feel tempted to spend the luck.
Yeah.
I do. Screw it. I'm spend all the luck.
Oh no.
There you go.
Okay.
I'll grab him and like push him into a corner. And says, "What on earth are you talking about my sister for?"
Oh, okay, fine.
You're gonna spend 40 points of luck? Don't you only have 40 points of luck?
Yep, I'm a lunatic. I'm gonna play this guy fast and loose.
Oh god.
Okay, you're gonna die soon then, apparently. All right.
Wonderful. Anyways.
Anyway, we you smash him into a side corner. He kind of fine. All my fucking job's worth. This is a consultation job, but it also aims to be a retrieval job. You know, did you see the thing in the paper this morning, the stuff of Wilde's poetry?
Paper, yes. Paris, Control and all that.
Yes. Well, it would be a retrieval of those papers. We want you to take Blohd and maybe your sister to help talk your way around issues and use your knowledge and his knowledge and her knowledge to together bring us the papers.
It's a very safe choice of words you just had right there.
Well, I have to be a safe man in this situation.
He'll look down at his collar and let him go. Indeed. All right.
Okay.
See
well, now
then.
that we're on the same page. Okay, good. And at that, he kind of rummages in his pockets briefly and says, "Here's an advance," and hands you like a few shillings.
Okay. Take those, pocket them, watch him go, a little wide-eyed.
He leaves. So after a little while, Carrington reemerges, clutching a seemingly rather old sort of book in his hand. And as you walk over to him, he sort of says, This is a very fascinating old piece. It's to do with the old Catchitist movement, the old Christian collectivist sort of forays that the Americans enacted. This is from the 16th century, I think. It's not weathered terribly well, but it's a very unique perspective. Are you all right, Cecil? You look a bit weathered. Did something happen while I was in there?
Nothing. Carrington, you said. Yeah, let me see this book.
Yeah. He shows it to you. It's by all intents and purposes, it seems to be a very unique instance of collectivist movement, kind of, gathering under Christ in the early days of the American experiment.
Yeah, I think I have a few shillings to spend. Let's get it.
Oh, well, no, I was going to get it myself, but if you're interested. Oh, by the way, I was about to say give me a luck roll. Don't do that. Give me a spot hidden roll. Oh, actually, no. What's your library use again? Is that? Oh, yeah, okay. Give me a library use roll. Oh, God. I'll allow a spot hidden roll just because it's the beginning and I'm feeling kind. Okay. No, you have no idea if this relates to your thesis or not. You get it anyway. So yeah, with that, the action really is revolving around you at this point. It's just when you connect to the other people and how.
Yeah, I think a little bit jumpy, and like checking over his shoulder, he'll go immediately to see Darius.
Okay, Drake, where is Darius? What does he tend to do on the average Tuesday?
So, what Darius prefers to do is that we're in London, I assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are government buildings in London, and there are
There
bars.
is a very big one here, yes.
Yeah. So he goes to that area. He generally goes to a bar or a restaurant where the government employees attend.
Well, you actually, noticeably in London, there are designated government pubs that the government funds and subsidizes, and this is where MPs hang out.
And that's where a majority of his time is spent.
Okay.
And he is talking and trying to get into some of their good graces and trying to find information at times during his off periods.
Okay. Would this be charming or fast talking or
Fast talk?
Okay. In that case, give me a fast talk roll to see how well you're doing by the time Cecil finds you.
Not
Okay.
today.
You've struck out, basically, and a collection of you thought you had discovered a good inroad of like the Liberal Party, whose fortunes have been waning in Scotland recently. You claimed to have kind of like old clannish heritage, and they called you out. And Cecil, you find a slightly beleaguered Darius drinking for the first time today at the bar.
He'll walk in and take a look around. Darius, old friend, it's good to see you here. Let's grab a table. Right over here.
Cecil, well, this is unexpected.
Darius will get up and he'll go over to the table.
Yeah. I know the meeting isn't until later this evening, but there is something I would like to discuss with you.
Darius puts his arm on the table and he rests his head on his hand. And he's like,
Well, I've got a bit of time today. They're being a little bit, hard, if you get my drift. Wait, that sounded really bad. No,
Do you want to
forget
have this
that.
conversation someplace else and a bit less stuffy?
No. What I meant is they're not being very forthcoming today. But anyway, what's on your mind?
I'd rather not have this conversation in this park. Can we please go outside?
Well, that's odd that you would direct me to a table and take me outside. All right, well,
Yeah, so he gets up and he'll follow Cecil.
Okay. Yeah, there's a little like side alleyway you can duck into.
Yeah. So I was at the bookstore earlier, and a man came in, said he was from some sort of theater company. He said there was some consultation job, and he was a bit shy about giving me the details. He's like looking back and forth up and down the alley. Anyways, he dropped your name,
Cecil.
and he dropped Cecilia's name. He says it's part of some sort of recovery. He wants to hire us, or his employer wants to hire us three specifically, and I don't know what to make of that.
Cecil, are you being followed?
No, of course not.
Well, then why are we in the alley and with you looking around to
Because
see?
nobody just comes up to me and drops your name and Cecilia's name and my name all in the same sentence unless they're on inroads. And even then, nobody drops Cecilia's name.
So maybe we are being watched.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Well, tell me a little bit more.
I'll give a description of the guy. I cannot remember which company he said it was.
It is the Stoke Newington Theatre Company.
The Stoke Newington Theatre Company. They do a number of plays and musicals. Apparently, one
Darius,
of those.
you have not heard of them.
Hmm?
I was just saying, Darius, you have not heard of them.
Okay.
They said they're doing some sort of recovery for some of Wilde's papers. As you may or may not know, he wrote This Old Man Under Socialism, and that's one of my favorite pieces. But
I have absolutely no idea what or who you're talking about, but
you break my
what
heart,
sort of
Darius.
fee are we looking at?
I don't know. That's why I'm wondering. I would say you and I could go along, and we could be there at the company and do whatever this is about to see what's going on. I can't imagine it's any sort of. It could be some sort of something. But I don't know.
Well, I guess I don't know. What do you know of this book? Why would someone want it?
It's not a book. It's you've read the papers today, right?
No. What about the papers?
It's Oscar Wilde, this author. He's written a good deal of other works that never been published for public. It's been hiding in some sort of his basement all this time, and now they've gone missing. Beyond being in the Frenchman's basement.
Oh no. Like they're still in the Frenchman's basement. This is just the news that like.
Okay, they're in the Frenchman's basement, and apparently we're going to go collect them or something. And this could mean two things. Either one, it is all of its rubbish, and this is some sort of thing, or two, it's going to give me what I need for my thesis.
Cecil.
If Oscar Wilde had written some extra theory like what he's written about the soul of man, then this could be big.
Cecil, if you know where they are, do we really have to go and meet these people? Can't we just go and get them for ourselves?
Well, that's certainly true.
Let's do that.
That's in Paris, though.
So, we can get to Paris.
And do you have vacation days?
You can make some.
I'm not sure where it is. I'm sure we could go find out with some time. That's travel expenses. That's passports, whatever. And I don't feel like buying a smuggler and dipping into the funds. We're already short as it is. If we go by the company, we should probably be covering all that for us.
Yes, but then they also take a cut of whatever we get.
At that point, we could split.
Well, I'll leave that to you. You've always been the business-minded gentleman. So, yeah, okay. When do you want to leave? Right now?
Is the appointment for today or tomorrow?
The appointment is for Thursday. It's the day after tomorrow.
It's not until 2 days at 4. So we'd have time. If you want to be able to arrange, we can meet. I just can't imagine why they've asked for Cecilia of all people.
Well, Cecil, we could try and do a little bit of research until then. Maybe we'll find out we don't need them.
Very fair. I'll go double check on something real quick. And then, what do you do for the rest of the day?
I'll be milling around here for a little while at least. I mean, what else is there to do?
Your job, I thought.
What did you...
My
Your
drum job.
Yes, your character drums.
So, as this scene winds to a strange conclusion, Cecilia, you have been cycling since about like 7 in the morning
On your velocipede.
on your on your penny farthing, and just now you are finally coming onto Bayswater Road, over to the left here. There is to be a scheduled protest in Hyde Park. And, obviously for feminine emancipation and suffrage and to, general rallying of the troops type further event. And you have been invited. You're as valued a candidate as any. By the way, not to like retcon at all, but Cecil, if you did want to talk to Cecilia at all, you would know that the protest was there and she'd probably have been invited and would turn up. So maybe.
Yeah, I imagine he probably would, but I don't want to steal Gab's limelight.
Oh no, I'm just saying you can come in later.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you cycle on up to the barriers, and you can see that there's already a sizable population, like kind of in the center here, that's already begun the process of kind of being corralled and sort of jostled and kettled in by a wide bevy of constables, and also quite a few distinct drunkards and sort of layabout builders wandering through, using the excuse of disbehaving women to like grab a bum or a breast here and there in uncouth and horrible fashion. So yeah,
That's why I took Brawl.
so yes, as you cycle up, you can see that there's a sort of again, I will let you name one of your close confederates in the suffrage movement.
Margaret Dunham, is that an English name?
Dunham is an English name, yes. So Margaret Dunham, she's kind of like a stolid, quite staunch, sort of slightly older, matronly type figure who's been involved in this movement, since the days where allegedly men could beat women with sticks no wider than their thumb, which, by the way, is never happened. It wasn't a thing, but you get what I'm trying to say. She's been around for a long time, and she waves you over as you cycle on up. Ah, young Cecilia, good to see you looking so well.
Let's see. Would I call her Mrs. Dunham then, or?
You would call her Mrs. Dunham, yes.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. And it is. I'm sorry. Did you say it's morning or afternoon by this time?
By this time, it's like early afternoon. You are pretty panted out. It's been a long time of cycling. Would you like to give me a con check?
Oh, I can.
Okay. Yeah, you have luckily managed
Ooh, that was
to.
close.
Yeah, you have luckily managed to sustain such an air that all it's done is give you a ruddy, aesthetically pleasing pallor to your cheeks.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, I'll say, good afternoon, Mrs. Dunham.
By the way, for all that you've criticized, that is a genuinely good English accent. I approve.
Well, it's one sentence. We'll see how it devolves in a minute
We'll
here, but thank you.
For now, I'm giving you my approval. She nods and says, "Yes, we had quite the demonstration here today. It's unfortunate that a bunch of the local layabouts have seized the opportunity to intersect, but men shall be men, and thus need a firm correcting."
I nod at her.
Hmm.
Still catching my breath a little bit.
Oh, have you cycled all the way from Surrey? Goodness. Yeah, sit down. She kind of gestures to a bench, takes your bike off you, and puts it against the railings.
Oh, thank you. The fresh air is good for me.
But too much at once is never fantastic. I can remember very clearly when I was forbidden to ride a bicycle because my father said it would invoke hysteria within me, and I'd never find a husband. Oh well. She kind of sits down next to you. So yes, I mean it's really up to you what you want to do from here. I've been organizing women and their roles for a good while. She kind of gestures up the street. You can see a number of other sisters of the cause kind of handing out pamphlets and shouting from street corners. And she says, "You could either go on pamphleteering duty, or you could get down into the square proper. You could, you could do organizational business. I think the Fawcett sisters are over at the other side."
I'm just trying to think what would suit her more.
I'll say before you have had experience.
Sorry, I'm about to sneeze.
Okay. In that case, I'll shut up and speak when you want.
No, I didn't want you to be like, why is she just quiet? Because I'm about to sneeze, and when I do, it's like 6 in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she will take up the pamphlet part.
Okay. Pamphlet. Yeah. You, in that case, yeah, you are promptly handed a stack of pamphlets and head out onto the street. How you go about distributing these is entirely up to you. You may use whatever skill you wish.
I think she's mainly... I'm sorry?
Fighting brawl.
I just hit people with them and stuff them in their face. No.
Yeah. There are quite a few policemen nearby, so I would discourage that.
Indeed. I think that she'll mainly, I mean, you're not going to see a lot of, you'll probably see ladies with other ladies. I'll mostly target as many women as I can.
Okay.
Like the ones without, grumpy looking dudes attached to them.
Yeah. I hate to be anal, but target women is not a skill. So are you using charm or?
Persuade, actually.
Oh, persuade. Okay. In that case, I'll give you a +10 because that seems appropriate.
Okay.
Oh, not that you needed it. Yeah, this is like you. Tell you what, why don't you describe what you get up to if you want to? I'm happy to hand business over to you with that kind of role. Oh,
I don't have any good speeches prepared, unfortunately, but you know, something not too loud. Like I'm not, being
okay.
the town crier sort of thing. But those who come near, I'll be like, "Ladies, how long have we, blah blah blah." I don't know. I'm
Sure.
not eloquent today, but I'll come up with better stuff for the future. But
Okay. How long have men looked at you and gone, ooh? I don't know. I'm equally bad at describing
I
institutional
know
settings.
I just got nothing today, but I'll be better some other time.
You wander around, and there are like a good quantity of middle class, affluent families around this sort of area. So you are very easily able to distribute a vast quantity of pamphlets. In fact, more than you originally picked up. You have to go back to retrieve more. And yeah, you get a number of women who of their own volition, not of you asking them, uh, willingly travel back to the main signing up booth with you, and you easily sign up and get paid membership for a good, let's see, for a good 10 more suffragettes. So that's a very productive day. Yeah, a much more productive day than you've had in a long time.
I'm very pleased with myself then.
Yeah, so you're fundamentally feeling in a very good mood. Is there anything else you'd like to get up to at this point?
No, I think she would, do a little bit of socializing with the people
yeah.
that she does know. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's probably some faces she sees more often, and
Yeah. So around this time in Regent's Park, it was very common for there to be like Indian chai sellers with carts that would sort of venture around, and quite
Oh, what month are we in?
We are in November, so chai is very welcome, like a hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so it's chilly.
It's chilly indeed, and the heat that you had from cycling has since worn off. And yeah, the very cunningly, quite a few of them have set up shop nearby the sort of largest gatherings of suffragettes. So you've paid a few pennies. You're enjoying a lovely spicy cup of chai by the side of the road, talking to the other sisters about the wonderful day of signing up you've had. When you see noticeably your brother Cecil walking down the street towards you.
How often do you? I mean, I imagine if you come to see me, you're not gonna do it just randomly at one of my events, or would you? So is this like a weird thing for me to see, or?
This is okay. Well, I guess this would really say about our relationship then, as brother and sister. So, you've not seen very much of me since I've been fired from the university this past year. So those moments you have
Mostly
seen
because
me,
you're avoiding mom and dad, or?
Mostly for that, and mostly because I've just been distant more or less. So the only other, I think maybe I've seen you two other times. One of which was just to see how things were, and the other of which I had told you that I got fired more or less, or I had quit. And the other was to I don't know, hide or ask for money, something bad, but I'm not sure what.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, when I see you walking up, like when he's still a good, oh, I'm such a bad judge of distance. I guess when he's still a good, like, 30 meters or more away, I'll say, "Oh, excuse me, ladies, this is my brother. I must go speak to him."
Oh, of course. Kind of nod, walk away.
not letting them know that I'm kind of worried about this. This is odd. So I go over to him, hopefully kind of away from any other crowds remaining.
And he capped his more silently and adjusts his course. Sister, how are you?
I am well. I was just wondering the same about you. What are you doing here?
What? No hug.
Oh, do they do that? I don't know. Whatever's appropriate, I do it. Appropriate but affectionate.
And we do our
but still appropriate.
secret handshake.
Right. We just bump each other. Joking.
Secret handshake.
Oh god.
Yes, secret twin handshake, or whatever. Dear sister, how have you been? It looks like you've got a very busy organization today.
Oh, we did. We found 10 more women to join the cause.
Am I muted?
I'm so pleased. No, did you hear me? I'm sorry.
Baker?
I'm sorry, I believe it is my internet failing at this second. Please give me just a moment.
Okay. It's a shame, it was just getting good. I assume Darius is just like drinking. I don't know.
Well, after Cecil left, he is actually going to go out and pick up a paper of one of these. He says that apparently it's in the newspapers.
Yeah.
So he wants to try and figure out what's going on with these files that he's talking about and see if something can be gleaned from it.
Baker, are you back?
I'm here, but
Okay.
if you've already passed on to Drake, then don't.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
No, we'll finish up this now. It's like there's not much to it. So yeah, you pick up a newspaper. It quite clearly states that like Oscar Wilde, noted playwright of The Importance of Being Earnest and the, Lady Windermere and such like, and many other things that you've never heard of before. Apparently had a number of other unreleased works that have now just been announced as having been kept in the basement of a Jacques-Louis comptoir for over a decade, as pertained to his will. And yes, seemingly these are the files that Cecil was referencing.
Could I get any idea how much they would be valued at? Something like this? I mean, obviously it seems rare.
That's some niche evaluate you're asking for there. How much is your appraise?
It's 35.
Okay, give me an appraise roll. I'm going to say you'll need a hard.
Okay.
Okay, no. You have no idea. You are more used to selling government bonds or secrets than like books.
Okay. So I do have something else to do, but you can move back to Baker and Gab.
Let's deal with that now then. What else do you have to do?
Well, after he read that and figured that out, he wants to go and pay this Stoke, where's my notes? Stoke Millington Theatre Company. He wants to go and pay them a visit today. At least stake out the building in which they're in.
Okay. You stake out the building. It just appears to be a normal sort of semi-largish opera house that has some offices attached to it. as you kind of stake out the outside, you see a number of people, mostly dressed in suits, a number of them sort of also dressed in costume, taking cigarette breaks outside, like errand boys and messengers running around. It appears to be like much as you would expect.
So, as much as he tries to appear as if he just belongs here, he just follows them in, just goes into the building.
Okay. Okay. Give me a. I suppose fast talk would actually be relevant. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
He's
no. They
also
haven't
got
noticed. They haven't noticed you yet. Give me stealth.
well, he's also got acting.
Okay. Yeah, that will work. Give me acting. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. You make your way inside past a few rooms, and then eventually one of the producers turns around and says, like, "Oh hi, I'm sorry, I haven't. Are you new here? I haven't noticed you before."
Oh, yes, you see, I am here to write a story on your performance that you're currently in production of.
Please
Um,
give me fast talk. Please roll for bullshit.
Dang
Oh
it!
wow.
I can't roll.
I'm not currently in a production. I've just come over from New York. I don't know what this don't know who you are, but you need to get out of here.
Well, it must not be your production. It must be someone else's that's currently producing.
Who is it then?
What producers do you currently have going at the moment?
I'm not telling you. I'm suspicious of you now.
But why would you be suspicious of me?
At that point, he begins like pointedly, quickly walking away from you down the corridor.
Oh, he's walking away. Oh,
Very,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
like you're about to stab him. Yes.
oh, okay. Let's see. Looking around, what is actually going on? Are there like other doors? Is there a way down to the main theater? Is there
Um, yeah, looking around, there appears to be like a few organizational buildings, notably a woman's dressing room and like other side corridors. Yes.
Is there anyone in the women's dressing room?
You open the door and look in, and there are two women applying stage makeup.
You
Yes.
could peek through the thing.
Oh, what thing?
The door lock.
The keyhole?
Sure.
Sure. You look in, and there are two women applying stage makeup.
There
My
you
answer's
go.
not changed.
You never know.
So-
Things look different through a keyhole.
excuse me.
You say to them through the keyhole.
Oh, well, okay, if I
Yes.
actually did look for the keyhole, then I would knock on the door
Okay.
and
They walk over, open it up. There's like a small, diminutive, kind of round-cheeked French girl, very classically attractive, who sort of says, "Can I help you?"
does it look like they have any costumes on?
Yeah, she currently is wearing like what appears to be lederhosen. She's clearly in some form of opera.
Oh, that's a wonderful outfit. What play does that go along with?
Oh, it goes along with a production of oh yes, Strauss's Nearly Behalfen. It is the first time I have performed it, monsieur. I'm very nervous.
Did she say Strauss's Nilly Behaft?
Nearly Behasse.
It's Austrian.
Yes.
Okay.
Is your producer, and where can I
No,
find him?
no, I am an actress. Oh, no. Where will you find the producer? He is. She kind of looks around and points to the corridor across. His office is up there, second on the left.
Thank you very much.
Who are
You're a
you?
lovely lady.
Who are you?
I'm. I don't want to say that.
You want to fast
I,
talk me out of it?
yes.
Oh, fast talk a name.
Sure.
No, just say, I'm very sorry I have to go, but I hope I can catch you later. Bye.
I fast talked a name. David
Okay. Yeah.
Maffey. I don't know.
You fast talk that you are David Mapplethorpe, a member of the like Royal Operatic Society, and you are here on a like cultural inspection, and she and she eats that up, and she's like
This
rapidly
culture has a
coming.
leak in it.
This culture, this culture has leak in it. It's full of holes. She begins coming on to you in a very apparent way that she noticeably hadn't before when you mention a royal connection.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna.
Gonna try and use this a little bit. He'll like close the door behind him. He's like,
Oh, so you're in the dressing room now.
I'm in the.
room. He closes
Okay.
the door.
Her companion just appears to be an English girl who like is relatively indifferent to you, but she's like, "Oh, okay, you're one of her boyfriends or whatever." And she like waves hello.
He'll come over and he'll say,
Tell me, have you? As part of my cultural inspection, I need to understand the intermingling of plays across culture. And apparently, there's this Oscar Wilde play, or plays, or papers.
Hmm?
Have you heard anything about this? Is there a play going on at this theater company that has
Um,
something to do with that?
Give me a like. Fast talk won't cover it here. I'm going to need either like charm or persuade or something to endear you.
I think
hmm.
charm would be
Oh
probably the
boy.
best.
Do you have points in either of those?
I don't think so.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to go with kind of
Fighting
the
brawl.
no. Pull Ant-Man, just slap her across the dressing room. No, give me a general appearance check. You do have points in that at least. Oh wow,
Damn.
Jesus. Yeah. So you kind of conduct yourself and position yourself in such a way that even just the atmosphere you generate. I believe the youths on the internet call it big dick energy or something of the kind.
What?
You are.
I've not heard that.
I don't know. I saw it on Tumblr. I think. And you.
Yeah, I saw it on Tumblr when they had Henry Cavill like reading tweets about himself,
Yeah.
and people were talking about him having that, and I was like, "What?"
I know. Look. I try to be hip this once, and the fact that I've said hip means that I'm not hip, and so let's just carry on.
I love that about you, though. That's like one of my favorite things about you.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, go on.
So yeah, either way, what I'm trying to say is you position and like structure your frame in a very like domineering and powerful stance, and that seems to she just sort of kind of like folds into your side a bit in that submissive way and says, I'm really not meant to tell you this, but the director upstairs, he very much wants those papers. I heard him talking about it yesterday. Yeah, he says he's trying to get hold of them, and he's looking for people to get them. I said there was money in it or some such. I wouldn't be going about doing that. I have my career here, but maybe for other people.
What's the director's name again?
He is he is Francis. Francis Stoke Newington. He is the heir of the fortune.
The heir of what fortune?
Of the playhouse, monsieur. I thought you were an inspector. Kind of playfully bats your chest.
Of course, just making sure everyone's on the same page.
Hmm.
But thank you for your time. I hope I get to see you later. He kind of
Winks at her.
I'm here until 8.
I might stop by.
Okay.
And
He goes to the door and he kind of opens it and kind of carefully looks out to
Sure.
see if there's someone.
Give me a listen check.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Today's a good day for you. Yeah, you hear instinctively the man that you upset before, like trying to convince a guard to come. Clearly, a guard who is lazy and doesn't want to do it to like come and inspect who you are with him. So you know instinctively from being in this situation before that you've at least got like a minute or so to get out of this general region and go somewhere else. And that could be upstairs very easily.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So on my way in, did I see any stairways or something that could easily get me up there without having to go past the guard or
Yep,
the
the
man that I
one
talked with?
directly opposite the corridor. She pointed you to it.
All right, so that's what he does. He'll go out and just head for the stairs.
Okay. You climb up. By the way, the woman's name is Clarice. She reveals that.
Clarice. Okay.
Yes.
Let me write that down.
Okay. Significant context.
I might come back.
Maybe. Who knows? I feel very strange when I do that voice, so I'm not sure how much I want to do it. Okay, so you head upstairs. In the meantime, while you're doing that, let's just cut back to the to Regent's Park, Hyde Park, sorry. And yeah, Cecil and Cecilia, you are met.
Dear sister, how have you been these past few months?
Quiet.
Sorry, I had to get back here. Oh goodness. Rather busy actually. We've gathered 10 women for the cause just today.
Amazing that these protests you think work so well.
Well,
Tell me,
they're
what shifts of the government have you managed?
I'm gonna look up and well, I don't know if I look up. I'm gonna look at you and give you sort of a "we've been over this before" type of expression.
Oh, any day now, I'm sure. Sister, I have a question. I happened to be in the town and I heard of your rally here, and I decided to come and say hello. But I just happened to question: did any individual come and ask you about a consulting job?
Consulting job?
Or do you
Consulting
secretly
on
have,
what?
or do you secretly have some sort of greater understanding of plays and musicals and the works of Oscar Wilde?
Apart from having read a few of them, I'm not quite, and seen a few of them, I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Oh, nothing at all. Just simply if certain men happen to stop by and ask, would you reach out if you can find them?
Certain men stopping by to ask me questions about Oscar Wilde? What are you talking about, brother?
I'm sure it's nothing. Just checking. Have a good day, sister. Best of wishes with your rally.
First time you've seen him in months, and he's just like, "Hey, look out for strange men."
Hey, have strange men asked you questions about an author? Okay, bye.
A dead Irish playwright. Bye.
Right.
Sure.
So if he just kind of turns and walks off at that, I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna. I'll let him go, I guess. Clearly, he doesn't want to tell me what the heck he's on about.
Unless you probe. Alright, fine. I can hear Alistair saying, "Why are you making this harder for me, Baker? Why? Okay. He won't leave immediately.
No, no, no.
Um,
Leave if that's what you would do. I'm all for in-character decision.
hmm. I'll change what his character decision may be then.
If you want.
If I want. Well, so before he had left, then he said, "It's nothing. I was approached earlier today about such things myself, and they happened to use your name, which I thought was very odd and very specific.
My name.
Of all names, yes.
I'm not quite sure why someone would think I would know anything about such a thing, but I've certainly not been approached by anyone.
All right. I trust that you either let me know if they do come by.
Well, more importantly, how are you doing?
Oh
I
well,
haven't seen you in gosh, it's been or they wouldn't say gosh. I wouldn't seen you in ages.
I've been fine. I still have a bit of tenure, um, and I'm working well with my writings. I've been very much into my book, collating research and giving lectures. It's been fine. Doing well. Trying to get a bit more organized with my own friends.
Oh, well, that's good. As long as you're not just holing up in your house writing all day, as as good of a pursuit as that can be, you need to get out once in a while, get some air.
Yes, which is why I'm happy to you decided to hold your rally here in Hyde Park. Think perhaps I'll go for a walk. Unless you'd wish to walk with me, we can catch up further.
Um, Certainly, we're finished up here. I just must say goodbye to
Yeah.
the ladies, and I can be right
Mm.
with you.
Yeah, Mrs. Dunham and a collected group are nearby. They all kind of nod towards you and say, "You've done excellent work today, Cecilia. It's been rather wonderful."
Thank you so much. I'm rather proud of the work we've done here today as well.
Hmm. Yes, and only unfortunately a few girls have been jailed, but we're already hot on the trails of trying to get them out as quick as we can. So
Oh, good. Do let me know if I can be of any help in that.
I think our lawyers are mostly settling onto that. So I'd say we leave it up to them. But yes, thank you very much for offering.
Good. Well, I'm going to go off for a walk with my brother now. It was good work, everyone, and I will see you at the next one.
Yep, they all nod. The hugs and kisses are given, and then you depart for a walk.
I suppose since we're walking, I will just, push my bicycle next to me as we walk along.
Yeah.
No, if those lawyers of yours don't work out for you, sister, I know a pair of gentlemen who can break your fellow sisters out.
Hopefully it won't come to that, as she was saying, but I certainly wouldn't turn down such things if the necessities require it.
Yeah. Discuss how easily corruptible those prison guards can be. Yes. How's the family?
Whole system's broken, if you ask me. She
Oh,
doesn't laugh, but I
absolutely.
had to. I'm sorry.
Mm.
Absolutely. And if that is the case, we are going to get into a very long debate about that. For the majority of the conversation.
Please let us skip past that.
That's
Yes.
what we'll do. So how is the family then? How's mom and dad?
They're doing rather well. You know, mother, she's doing that thing our mother does that we haven't really established. And Father's
She was
busy
always so
with
good at it.
his marmalade business or whatever the hell we actually do that isn't a marmalade business.
You can be a marmalade business if you want.
No.
Go with marmalade. Got to do it.
I catch him up on whatever. Of course, they're dreadfully concerned about you, of course, but
I can't imagine why. I'm more than capable of handling myself.
indeed, as we all are. But still, they do worry. You know how it is.
Do you know that marmalade comes from the Greek melimilon, or honey apple? Anyway, carry on.
Does it? I love that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I did not know that.
But yes, you continue walking, as it were.
I wonder, sister. I don't know what it is these gentlemen from the. And please remind me of the name.
Eh?
Of the playhouse.
Oh, the Stoke Newington Theatre Company.
Stoke Newington, yes. I need to write that down for future reference.
I
Can't
thought
imagine.
it's Stoke Millington. Is Newington?
Yeah, it's Stoke Newington.
Okay.
Can't imagine what the Stoke Newington Playhouse has interest in the three of us. But
I don't think you mentioned the other thing before, so I would be like the three of us.
No. The two of us, you and I.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Only two of
I
us.
certainly don't know
No
it
third people.
either. I would imagine most people who know us just think of you as a professor, and well, I suppose I have a more of a public visage, but not really by name, unless you're already in such circles. Perhaps they are in such circles.
Perhaps so.
But still, what would Oscar Wilde's work have anything to do with political protesting and that sort of thing? Well, I mean, in this context, at least.
In this context, I can't possibly imagine. Which is why I was going to go to. I've said too much already, haven't I? I'm going to go this Thursday and see to them about that. To see what this is going on. But I don't know what it is, and for reasons I'd rather not get further into, sister, I'd rather you did not poke your nose in at the same time.
Well, if you said they mentioned me by name explicitly, they already know about me.
Certainly. But I'm not sure if the reason they gave is the reason that we're being invited.
Well, you certainly have my curiosity piqued. You can't expect me to just sit idly by and not find out.
Perhaps this was a mistake in coming out here. Yes, I suppose I can. But could I ask you then, as your brother, rather, that you don't? They may very well be interested in me. I'm not sure if you want to entangle yourself with what they have implications on me on.
Oh. Well, if you think it's something of that nature, and it's definitely... perhaps I shouldn't then, but you do have me worried, though. I hope you'll at least let me know as soon as you find out what is going on. And tell me you're taking someone with you in case it is something of a more dangerous bent. Certainly hope not.
Oh, it shouldn't be anything of the sort. Yes, I will certainly keep that in mind as well. Until it's not for a few days off, so I should be able to take a look around in the meanwhile. But until then, and until next time, sister, I believe this is the edge of the trail.
All right.
Do give my best to mother and father.
Indeed, I shall. Don't be such a stranger in the future.
I'll certainly try.
Good.
So closing up, you
Appropriate, affectionate bye-byes, yeah.
you didn't actually mention the Thursday affair to her, did you, Cecil?
Not specifically, no.
Okay. As you are walking, you find yourself kind of around here towards the crux of Park Lane. And as you turn around and start heading back, you notice there is a grand and great kerfuffle around about this point. And looking in, you can see that a number of suffragettes actually appear to have broken out into physical violence. It appears that one of their members seemingly was apparently pushed to the ground and attempted to be molested by one of the building type folk who were around. And that then resulted into wide-scale violence that seems to be erupting into quite the big brawl. And
yeah. Oh,
you can walk past it if you want, but it's happening.
Oh no, he's gonna charge into it.
Okay. I assume
if that's the case, he's gonna run in there and throw his lot in with the suffragettes and start waylaying people left
This
and
is
right.
after he's left me, so I'm going the opposite way and I don't see this,
No. This is as you're technically walking away from each other. It's like a few steps.
Oh. Oh, so we both see this. Okay.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah, and you see your brother.
Well, I'm going to rush right into it too.
In that case, maybe we have a moment where we look at each other and nod and then charge in after him.
Right.
Sure. Okay. So there are quite a few. Okay, with that's actually a good point to smash cut to what Darius is doing. So Darius, you walk up the stairs. The corridor ahead is relatively enclosed, dankly lit. Kind of nicely upholstered, but relatively utilitarian for its purpose. Wooden Victorian of the time.
Okay. So Darius is walking along looking for any name Francis Newington on the door.
Find it. Second door on the left.
Is the light? Can I tell if the light is on inside there?
The light is not on.
He listens at the door to see if he can hear anything coming from there.
Give me a listen roll. Yeah, you hear nothing.
The handle on the door, does it turn?
It is locked.
Darius
it turns and you push, but the door is solid.
Darius looks around a little bit. Can he try and pick it?
With that same listen roll, yeah, you can pick up that you are also alone on this landing. There appears to be nobody else. Do you have pick lock?
Yes.
Then you may try.
Not the best, but you can try.
You can try indeed. Oh! Yeah, with a hard, you just get in there right away. Like standard issue service door lock of the time. Almost lazily, you knock back the tumblers, push it in, and you are inside his room.
Well, first I just want to look. Yeah. I want to look in and make sure that no one is actually in there, taking a nap or sleeping.
Nope.
Okay.
There is distinctly an office cat, a Persian that kind of turns its head towards you. But you've been inside rooms alone with cats before. They will very easily betray their owners for random strangers.
Yeah, right. If If I were to come in and close the door, will it automatically lock, and can it be unlocked from the
No.
inside?
It's open now. You see that
Okay.
you like turned the key in the door. Actually no, there is no key in the door. That doesn't make sense. Yes, it is open. You can lock it again with your locksmith tools if you want.
Okay, so he will step into the room and close the door behind him,
Okay.
and he will look around and see if he
Okay.
can gather any information about these wild files. Is there a desk? Is there? I guess describe the room.
I mean, you are aware that the wildfowls are in Paris, and he's asking you to retrieve them, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yes, but I figure he has maybe some
Right.
letters regarding
So,
the wildfires.
Looking around, there is a pile of correspondence on his desk. The office appears to be like much as you would expect. There's an open one of those globe configurations with drinks inside. There's like a chaise lounge in the corner. A good quantity of books, a sheepskin rug on the carpet, like next to the carpet. It's relatively cramped, but also like very finely upholstered. And there's noticeably a half-drunk glass of port on the desk. So he clearly has left and is coming back at some point.
Okay. He's gonna go over to the correspondence.
Okay.
And he's going to be looking for any keywords within the letters and try and flip through them, depending on how many there are in there.
Okay.
Anything with wild.
Yeah. Give me a library use check. Oh, okay. Actually, maybe library use is a bit unfair. Do you have good spot hidden? Anything visually related?
Let me see.
Appraise? Anything at all like that?
I'm looking. Fighting brawl, firearms, language,
No.
psychology, sleight of hand.
Just give me either spot hidden or appraise. It's your choice.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, kind of flicking through. Okay, with that in mind, why don't you also give me a luck roll? Just because library use would normally be how quickly you find things. Oh, okay. That's only 4 points off. You can spend them if you want, but I don't know. Yeah. So you leaf through the documents. It takes you a little while, but you eventually do find what appears to be. Actually, no, that wouldn't take you a while. You find what appears to be a number of letters from Jacques-Louis Comtois, the man you remember who kind of is involved. The papers are in his basement. And yeah, it's the letters have been opened, but kind of put to the side. And leafing through them, you see that they're all entirely negative. They are very snobby. They're very angrily written from like him to you. You don't know what he's sent Comtois, but you can kind of tell by the tone of his replies that it's offers to buy the wild files, and he's basically said, no, that information is supposed to be public. Fuck off. And then, yeah, and more recently, there is a letter back from him dated today, which basically, as in it arrived today, which basically says the information will be public soon. You know, it doesn't matter. I've made up my mind to keep them. Stop pestering me, you and your lousy theatre company. Oscar would have hated you, such and such. So yeah, you find these, and looking around. Are you looking at anything else other than correspondence?
For the moment, it was just correspondence, and that those letters,
Yeah.
that are referencing Oscar Wilde, I want to
Yeah.
take them and put them in my coat pocket. Just tuck them away.
You may do. You also uncover another letter, which seems to be from a J. Averton of Chicago, although it is unopened.
Well, let's open that.
Okay. Flicking through it, Jay Averton appears to be a paranormalist and alienist. Again, you only have the context of the letter, but it appears that he is a psychic who, via letters, like Stoke Newington has been like referencing from for spiritual advice for a good while. And yes, he is recommending a course where you find the wild files and whatever play is in there, put it on, because that will make you your fortune.
So we got two Newingtons. We have a Stoke Newington and we have a Francis Newington. Is
Oh, sorry,
Stoke the father?
I meant Francis Newington. Yes.
Okay, all
I
right.
just meant Newington. Yeah, yeah. But yes, you now have context. You have a fair bit of context.
Okay, no, that's good. That's a lot of information. Are there any handwritten books or journals or anything that
Not
might
on the
be in this
surface
desk?
of the desk. You can check the drawers.
Okay, he opens the drawers.
Two of them are locked. The ones that aren't locked are just kind of standard correspondence. You do find a few handwritten journals in there. The most recent one is at the top, obviously. And yeah, kind of leafing through it, you can see in the most recent entries what appears to confirm your suspicions that, like, he's written, I desire the files, now I must see what's within them.
Okay.
Hmm.
So the locked drawers, there's two of them.
Mhm.
Should I try and roll to see if I can pick
You
them?
you can if you want.
Okay. So the one I
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
and the other one I
And
don't.
the other one you don't either. No.
Is there any way to force them?
The way they're made, they are very delicate and fine in the Victorian mode. If you force them, it will look painfully obvious.
As
Like-
in they've been broken into.
Like, as in all the wood will splinter around them, like the mechanism will break and it'll be an arse to like try and fit it back together. It'll take longer than you have.
All
But
right.
that, give me another listen check.
Listen, okay.
Yeah, you can hear footsteps coming downstairs, like if you can imagine where his office is, you basically hear footsteps resound on the stone of the bottom stairs of the staircase you went up to get to the second floor.
Okay.
Like, you know someone is coming.
So if I get out now.
If you get out now, you can just be in the corridor and just claim you have business. Yeah.
Well, okay. So could I be in the corridor walking down with my head faced away so he can't even see me? Maybe go down the other set of stairways.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So I'll get out, close the door, have the papers with me.
Do you want to lock the door behind you?
Do I have enough time?
It depends on the roll. I'm gonna say if you get a hard, yes.
I'm going to say that chances are he might think that he just forgot to have locked the door and not risk it. So I'm just going to close it and keep heading down without showing my face.
Yep, you head off down and around. And is there anything else you want to do in this opera house at all?
Not unless something shows its ugly face. That's the information that I was wanting to
Oh,
get.
it's pretty face.
Or the pretty
Depending
face.
what you're looking for.
Or the pretty face.
Yeah. So yeah, you by the way, if you want to reference Camille kind of like an Alison Brie type, I guess you could say. Anyway, you head on down and round, and you find yourself quite quickly like
I caught that.
in the what?
Sorry about Alison Brie. Go on.
Anyway, you kind of head down and round, and you find yourself in the main sort of marble coated foyer, and can head out quite easily.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yep. He's I don't know. The two, brother and sister. I'm sorry, your names are slipping me. I'm looking.
Yep.
Cecil and
Cecil and Cecilia. I assume that they have residence. Cecil is not living with
You
Celia.
know where Cecil lives, yes.
Cecil. Okay, so
You want it to be Cecil or Cecil?
I'm not picky.
Okay.
so I will try to keep in mind when a good time of day would be to head on over. Maybe my character might know when to expect that he will be around his house, because I assume that he does go out every once in a while. Maybe he has work.
Yeah. So sure, you hang around there. Meanwhile, yes, the rest of you rush in. I guess we'll just do a quick kind of thing. Like, what targets would the both of you prioritize for a good fishing?
Every target that is unassociated with the cause.
Okay.
To me, whoever it is who looks like they were the one trying to assault that lady.
Okay, sure. We'll start with there.
I guess.
Going after it.
Well, yeah, he's very obvious. He's kind of like stumbling back a bit. A policeman's trying to push him away from the rest of the crowd. And in fact,
if a cop already has him, then okay.
Oh no, the cop doesn't have him. He's protecting him, and
I'll get him.
He's pushing him towards you. Yeah.
All right.
Give me a punch roll, Professor.
I should have bought a truncheon. I'd like to buy a truncheon in the future.
Okay. Yep.
No.
You just kind of swing wide at the side. He kind of stumbles back. Yep, Cecilia. Are you going for him as well? Cecilia?
Missed.
I am, but my roll was awful.
Oh god. Just the both of you just kind of swing wide.
Yeah, I was still tweaking points. I think I need more points in that. Not that they would have helped me, but
Is there a chance for him to swim back, or can he do more things?
You can do more things if you want. I'm just saying that, like, I'm going to take those as the average ball rolls, unless you want to roll again.
I want to hold him so Cecilia can punch him.
Okay. Give me fighting brawl, and I mean the skill, not the unarmed attack. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was not
No,
muted.
no, it's fine.
I was so tickled by that. I love it.
Cecil.
Damn. Yeah. No, I can't get a grip.
Yeah, he just kind of pushes you off. You're more used to, like, the academic life. This is not your style. Or explosions. And you can't explode all these people. It's so annoying. But you can still try and hit him, Cecilia, if you want. 50 is good. Yeah. This fight is not going terribly well.
It is not.
We're all two
tag teaming it, and we both suck.
But yeah, it's sorry. This just reminds me of Edith Margaret Garrett, who, if you haven't heard about her, she trained for WSPU in jiu-jitsu self-defense. So
that's the lady I was thinking of. Yes, she was amazing.
Yeah, you could very easily have been trained by her in the Eastern arts. But yeah, unfortunately, her training has failed you today, as he just kind of.
It has. Edith, I hope you're not watching.
Oh, Edith. So yeah, he at this point is going to take a swing back at you. Yeah. So he's going to hit the professor. Oh yeah, he does hit you. Yeah, and he's a tough lad, so he's going to get the damage bonus as well. Oh yeah. So he kind of winds up and just cracks you right in the nose, and you stumble back.
Oh wait, does he have the opportunity to dodge or no? I can't remember how that works.
Oh well, Cecil, do you want to try and dodge? See if you can get a higher
I
level.
would appreciate that if it's possible.
Oh sure, sorry. Go ahead. I forgot to.
No, but
sorry, no. Yeah, he just kind of cracks you right in the nose, and you instinctively feel the bone shatter and jump to the side. And a blinding, painful flash of light between your ears. Yeah, you stagger backwards. Cecilia, you see your brother in tremendous pain. Do you want to try and punch his rapist assailant? I mean, I assume that's a yes. Oh, damn indeed. I'm going to say, given that you got a hard, well, first of all, he's going to try and, like, dodge. No. Given that you got a hard, I'm going to allow you to punch him into something. Now, bear in mind, you're at, like, this point, there's, like, a wide variety of trees, iron railings.
Officers.
Police officers, yes. Do you want to punch him into anything, or just punch him?
Yeah, either like a brick wall or an iron railing, either seems good to me.
Yep, there are iron railings nearby. You smack him in. I'm going to give a con roll. He succeeds on that, so he's not knocked out. But you just kind of smack him backwards, and I'll roll your damage for you. Oh, the whole 3. So yeah, you clock him with a good solid blow right under the jaw, and he just staggers back, smashing into the iron railing. Cecil, do you want to contribute again?
Yeah, I'll lunge at him. I don't know what
so
feats
proud
are
right
available
now.
here.
Sure. Go ahead.
It's another fighting brawl.
Yep. Oh, wow. Yay. Roll for damage. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, no, I'll just allow it on this occasion as he's stunned. Go and roll for damage.
That's not how I do it.
No, that is not how you do it.
The 1d3, what is the thing?
/ roll 1d3. Do you want me to roll it for you?
I have to learn somehow.
Yeah, true. Oh. Yeah.
It was one of the numbers.
Yeah, you just kind of sort of clock him mildly. It's like slapping a large slab of gammon. You don't meet much resistance, but at the same time you don't. It seems like you've just sort of pushed his flesh aside.
Hey, depending on how many hit points, it's still.
Yeah, it still counts.
If someone hit me for 1 hit point, it would hurt.
Yeah, you get a good jab in. So yeah, at that, I'm going to say the policeman is actually going to attempt to clock you in the back of the head, Professor Cecil, as he sees this. No, he fails hideously. And the truncheon just kind of swings past your ear.
I want that truncheon.
Oh, given that he failed so
really.
badly, why don't you give me a fighting brawl roll? And I'll say you have plus 20. You're looking to get under 45.
I know, I'm trying to see how to add the 20 to it.
Oh, you can't add it, but
okay.
Yeah, you rolled 89, so unfortunately. Yeah, you just kind of grab at it and he sort of shifts his weight aside at the last second. But yes, Cecilia ran. Oh wait, no, the stunned man is going to swing at you, Cecilia.
All right.
He misses.
All right.
And you may now act.
All right. So if he's still fighting back, he doesn't seem very subdued. I guess I'll hit him again, or try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll try and dodge. He fails. So go ahead.
All right.
Yep. You give him a good clocking in the face, as per normal.
I love every bit of this. It's so funny.
Let's
juke it out. So yeah, at that, Cecil, round to you again.
If he's swinging at Celia, Cecil's gonna whip around and lunge at him.
Okay.
Again. Yeah.
Frightening brawl. Oh no.
Very frightening.
Oh, if only you hadn't spent all that luck earlier.
Only.
Yeah. You you just kind of swing round and he steps back at the last second. The policeman will again try and hit you. That's a firm success, and that's going to be, I think truncheon's like a 1d6 or something.
Mm-hmm. It's actually I have it here.
yeah.
I was looking at it. Well, is it
Oh,
club
did you
or is it
try to
blackjack?
dodge?
Truncheon. Oh, do you try and dodge? Go on.
I would certainly dodge. It's a 1d8.
Oh, it's a 1d8. Jesus.
Oh dear, yes.
Plus
Please
any
dodge
damage
that.
bonus.
He does not get a damage bonus, but yes. Oh
Nope.
dear. That is 5 right to the back of the skull.
Man. Down with
Oh,
both flat
no.
foots.
Are you down?
No.
Okay. But yeah, it still stings very, very fiercely.
Oh,
as he
this
just
turned ugly
whops you
quickly.
in the back.
You
Yep.
knew what we were in for.
Yeah, you did. The drunk man will attempt to actually hit you now again, Professor Cecil, now that he sees the opening as you kind of stumble towards him. He has a 45, so he failed. So it doesn't matter. Cecilia, you see your brother like staggering forwards, blood spilling openly from a vicious concussive head wound.
I'm torn because I don't want to hit a police officer, but at the same time, he's hitting my brother. Oh dear. I also don't want in on that truncheon action. I think I'm gonna try to. I guess I will hit the police
Jiu-jitsu,
officer.
get the truncheon off of him.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'll try to do.
You're trying to calm him? All
I'm
right.
just gonna try to get the truncheon away.
You try and whip out those jiu-jitsu moves.
Yeah.
Make Edith proud.
Disarm him. And then crack the other guy.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Well, he obviously will attempt to confess.
Right. Oh dear.
He did not get as good a success as you. He does not have as good fighting brawl as you.
Who hired him to be a constable? I'm glad though.
I mean, you are a trained jiu-jitsu practitioner. He's just some guy who knows how to whistle and hit people.
Mostly whistle.
Mostly whistle. But yeah, you grab it, spin it round, twist at the wrist, and I'm going to say that's your action for this turn.
That's
but you
fine.
now have a club. Yeah.
And it does 1d8.
It does
Nice.
1d8, yeah.
A blackjack.
So yeah, that's your turn. The professor, you are hideously wounded.
Oh dear. Glad I
Um,
took a little bit of first aid, but we have to get through this first.
yeah, me too. Well, I'm not a right side of mine, so I'm going to continue to attack feebly at this guy.
The drunkman?
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check real quick, or powers, to see if I can keep control. Okay, I keep control of myself. I do not draw my pistol and smack him with it.
That would suddenly escalate things, yes.
I'm kind of being battered around here. No, I'll just hit him.
Okay, you hit the drunkman?
I'll hit the drunken man.
Okay.
Nope.
Given that you got such a good power roll, I'm going to let you re-roll that because I feel like it. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, with 2 damage. How do you want to take him down?
He had 5 hit points.
He had 2 left. Yeah.
Oh.
He'd already been hit before that.
In which case, he sees that he's been hitting Cecil, and he shouts, "You keep away from my sister!" And he'll grab him by his hair and bring him down and knee him in the face.
Yeah, you got to knee him down, just crack his nose wide open, and he just slams back into the iron railings and skids down. The police officer is then going to attempt to wrestle the club off of you again, Cecilia, which he fails to do. Would you like to teach him the error of his ways?
I'm still like not sure we need to be, beating up the police officer, but I'm gonna look around. What's the rest of the crowd doing at this point?
The brawl is in its latter stages. It's clear that a few of the builders are dispersing, running away. Most of the suffragettes are regrouping, tending to the wounded.
I think we just need to get out of here. So maybe I'll try to just
him
give
over.
him a shove, yeah, or something like that to like give
Okay.
us some time to run the heck out of here.
Fighting brawl.
All right.
Yeah.
Yow. Wow.
You like using all of the training skills of Edith. You hook in your heeled boot around the corner, around the corner of his ankle. You grab him by the arm and flip him round and over into a full hedgerow, and he just vanishes into the hedgerow like a faint outline is there, and then he just woof, is absorbed into the shrubbery entirely and completely,
All
and does
right.
not re-emerge.
I just want to grab Cecil by the other arm, still holding the truncheon in my other hand, and just run the hell out of here.
Sure.
Don't forget your bicycle.
Oh, and my bicycle, right.
Yep. You run across, and a street urchin has walked a few steps trying to steal your bicycle. But then when he sees you approaching like bloody club in hand, he's just like, fuck this, and runs away.
Everything.
So yeah, with that, you walk over, get upon your bicycle, and start wheeling it away to a saner, safer place. And that, I believe, is where we shall close the session.